Hi, this is High Templar with my new Total War Warhammer Mechanics video, and today we'll be talking about dwarves. Why would anyone in this day and age bring dwarves to the battlefield? So here this is a simple matchup. You can see dwarf warriors on this side, no armor piercing but 80 armor. On this side chaos marauders, 15 armor but armor piercing. So these units should be a perfect match against each other. I'm matching the width of my enemy, so I wouldn't have unfair flanking advantage. So basically, because those guys don't have armor piercing, those guys don't have armor, they are perfect. Those guys do have armor piercings, those guys do have heavy armor. Perfect match. They should be annihilating each other very fairly, and dwarf warriors cost 475 against 500 for chaos marauders. So that should be a clear win. I mean, not clear, close win for chaos marauders. So 120 men to start, 100 men to start here, and you can already see these numbers are matching very closely. I'm moving toward him, he's not moving this unit anyway, as you can see. And very clearly the dwarves are winning, very clearly, not only with that but with morale. As you can see, those guys are totally broken. With 22 men left and 31 dwarf warriors left on the battlefield, having some health, they can do some more kills on the enemy. They also do have charge defense against large foes, which those guys don't, and they are shielded, so they are more resistant against archer fire. They are more resistant against cavalry charges if you make them stop. Clear win for dwarf warriors, I would say. So let's try some other matchups. How about new Bhisma and Ungor? Now this fight will not be fair. I gave the Ungor one chevron to match the price of the dwarf warriors, but obviously Ungor don't have any armor piercing, but actually only one unit for your normal infantry in Beastmen do have armor piercing, and that is Bestigor, and they cost a lot. Pretty much similar situation as with orcs. So again, we should be seeing a pretty clear win for dwarf warriors. But there is 160 guys. So the more this battle is prolonged, the more it is on the side of dwarf warriors. And when you have still alive units of dwarf warriors, they can back charge to anybody. With 66 warriors, they would do a lot of damage to this unit. No really good defense when it comes to orcs and beastmen against dwarf warriors, except for heavy infantry units, which cost a lot. So let's see some other things we can do. We have two similar units, but we all know and love hammers, we know. So let's give those black orcs 2 additional chevrons, so they cost more than the hammers, and see how that works. Yes, we know the chevrons are not that cost effective, but if the unit costs more, they are usually pretty good matchup. We know that hammers can break even the best cav in the game, so that is hippogriffs. They can shatter them. So how about upgraded black orcs? So there is 100 hammers on this side, 80 orcs from this side, and you can see the orcs numbers dropping very heavily, even though they are much more expensive. They are already shaken. And there is still 22 hammers on the side of the dwarves, and each of those hammers punching pretty hard. Also, you might notice that if those orcs wouldn't have any chevrons, that would be 40 hammers still alive, winning the battle with the Black Orcs and be able to backcharge other Black Orcs when there is still 40 of them. 40 is pretty much half of this unit. So how about we will test some more advanced units. So this is unit of Longbeards with great weapons with 3 chevrons, which match the costs, almost match the cost of Chaos Warriors with great weapons. But we know the chevrons are not cost effective, so that guys should lose. And those guys should lose pretty decisively against of the same unit, pretty much the same number, but the Chaos Warriors are not upgraded, they do have harder punch. So let's see how that works. That was a charge on both sides. My guys are actually tiring. Very tired already on Chaos Warriors. Yeah, pretty much the same rate of tiring. And the Chaos Warriors with great weapons are breaking. With still some Longbeards alive. 40 Longbeards alive, still in this unit. So you could imagine what would the matchup between Longbeards with great weapons and the Chaos Warriors will be when the Longbeards would have advantage in numbers and will be able to flank the enemy and pretty much crush them. More effective than Chaos Warriors. Now that's strange, wouldn't you agree? So how would do Longbeards with great weapons without any chevrons, but with slight help of Thorgrim and Runesmith packing some bonus for melee attack. We all know Thorgrim and Runesmith. If you are running dwarves, you know that you are not getting potions, and you could get Thane, you could get Lord instead of Thorgrim, and that would be very cost effective indeed. However, if you just stay those guys in the area, giving the Longbeards 44 melee attack and 35 damage defense against 32 and 34, you could see that the Chaos Warriors with great weapons costing 900 are broken even more decisively than before, leaving more than half of the unit still alive. So why this whole thing matters? I mean, you obviously would expect those units to be a fair match against each other. So how about Bestigor? These guys are costing 1000 actually. The same both units of Longbeards. Those guys cost 1000 and they have armor piercing, large armor, pretty much the same. Only 80 of those guys, but they have a lot of health, much more than the Longbeards. Running away. But my Longbeard doesn't have really good charge bonus. Not only Malagor trying to help those Vestigors broken, there is still almost 60 Longbeards alive in this unit after fighting Vestigor heads. So what can we take from all these tests? This test will clearly prove that Dwarfs has most powerful infantry in the game. most cost-effective infantry in a game. However, that was to be expected. The Dwarfs has nothing else. The artillery is okay, but less effective than, say, Imperial one. They do have runesmiths, but everybody else has spellcasters, which are in many cases much more effective. In most cases, actually, only in quite prolonged battles the rune master would be more effective. But there is this little thing: the dwarves are built for battles that takes a long time. So the more, if you can keep this runesmith alive, well, he can actually not only boost your units, but cast all those runes that will be quite boosting your men in the later part of the engagement, when all the mana of your enemy will be broken. Also, if you've seen latest battles, you would notice that most people do not bring pretty much anything else but strong infantry. So having the strongest infantry is obviously something you want to have. And the latest is that while dwarves are quite defensive, they also have a good defense against charge. You only need to stop the unit. And while they can be flanked, and this is, you would think that this is very bad for them. It's not as bad for them as to other factions, because if you take the Quarrelers, or if you take the Thunderers, any of those long-range units, you would normally see like handgunners or archers or anybody else. You could shred archers, you could shred orc archers, Bretonnia archers, or handgunners with any kind of fast infantry unit. You wouldn't, or for that matter cav, you wouldn't be able to do that with dwarves. You just wouldn't. So this is something that you need to remember, and if you do charge your best cav into the dwarves, you must be prepared for facing other slayers or the hammerers, which will bring your cavalry down. So dwarves are still very good gameplay if your opponent is not using 50 potions. Then it's pretty much game over, but you know. So this is it. Thank you for watching. If you like it, press like. If you have a comment, please leave a comment. And I also would like to recommend my other Let's Plays, my mechanics videos. Thank you for watching. See you later.